Hello everyone. Ah, this is another cook with me breakfast edition. So today I am going to yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do. I brought out some things. I think I've been wanting to make some eggs. Been playing an idea with a frittata, but I don't think I have enough vegetables for that. But we're just gonna have a vegetable omelet. First, we have some bacon. This is another of the shitty bacon that I was saying in the previous gloomy that I think that one gives me headaches. Um, but the other one was cherry wood. So this is pecan wood. So we'll see if this one is a difference. Um, I defrosted this last night. I froze it. So I am going to I'm going to cook some bacon in the meantime while I get my other ingredients ready. Um, so the bacon smells already. It smells quite different already from the cherry wood. Let's see how much I like it. So we're cutting this. See, I'm quite fancy with using scissors to cut bacon, but yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so I'm just going to sweat some bacon here. Not sure if I want the bacon to be in my in my uh, in my omelet. I think I just want to try this aside. How are you guys doing? So this is actually, well, I'll say unofficially it's like, I don't know, it's already like 3:30, almost 4 o'clock, and this is my first meal of the. This is the official first meal of the day, but I wouldn't call it the first meal of the day because I had some I had some Jello earlier, like a whole bowl of Jello. And I think I would call that bowl of Jello the first meal of the day. The Jello is kind of funny. So yeah, I have this Jello. Interesting. I think it's backwards, but oh man. Anyway, yeah. So, and let's look at the expiration date of this Jello, shall we? No, it's a sell by date. Interesting. It says sell by, but anyway, it's sell by 2018. Actually, it's not even clear what the date is. It says June 22nd. Then there's 18 and there's 2015. Well, eventually you can't see it because it's backwards. Let me see if I have to. Yeah, but anyway, it's reversed. So I've had this pack of Jello for a very long time, and I've really done nothing with it. So I used to take I take collagen supplements. I just finished this whole tub. I just finished this like a week ago, and I was like, I should refill that, but I was like, I have this whole bunch of old gelatin. I might as well start using it. So I've been making Jello. It's unflavored Jello, and I have some really shitty artificial sweeteners that I use to make my own 0-calorie Jello cups. Yeah, it's kind of shitty, but whatever. It's not healthy, but I'd rather eat this than go get a can of Coke or something. But anyway, but I really do like this. I really do like this flavor enhancers, the sugar-free flavor enhancers. Be careful with this though. You can't cook with it. Sucralose is not heat stable, so don't cook with these things. But I really like this. I add this into anything. Like if I have I buy unflavored things and then I add it to be my sweetener of choice. Anyway, so I have to make this. I'm gonna sweat this a little bit. sweat that, and then while that's cooking, we are going to make a whole bunch of vegetables. We're gonna cut a whole bunch of vegetables. Put that there. And then I'm gonna turn on my oven actually. My oven is a very yeah, it's not the easiest thing to turn on. So I can't, so that's not on. You actually have to hear, you actually have to listen for the gas to you have to listen for the gas to turn on. There, now you can hear the gas turn on the oven. So I'm going to, I'm just going to put it in a minimum right now for a second. Because I'm thinking I want to put this thing under the broiler or something. Because I have some cheese I want to make. Anyway, I'm going to go on the other side of this kitchen here and cut some vegetables. The first thing to cut is, I'll cut the vegetables while my bacon is sweating. I have some shallots. I'm really liking the idea of shallots. Before I used to buy like huge red onions, and then you can't eat the whole thing and eat a whole bag, eat a whole onion at once. So with the shallots, the good idea is you can just take one piece and use it, and you don't really have to cut up a whole onion to use it. So I'm liking shallots. I'm liking the idea of using shallots. Knife. So I'm gonna be on the other side, like cooking stuff, cutting. Yeah, like I was saying, it's kind of like the first official meal of the day, even though I've had like a whole bunch of Jello earlier. With the Jello and eggs, and then maybe after I eat this, I'm gonna go for a walk, and then after I eat this, I'm going to go for a walk, and then like my evening walk, and then there's a steak earlier, and I'm gonna have a steak for and then I'm gonna have a steak for like the last meal of the day. My schedule is also screwed up. It's kind of like, you see, I would probably describe myself as a night owl that refuses to accept that I'm a night owl. I've you know, unofficially for like this whole shutdown thing, I've been trying to like make my schedule right side up again. Like, you know what, make use of the daytime and all, and the sunlight, but it's not working. Every like the one day when I think that, oh yes, I finally am able to wake up in the morning and get started on my day, and my schedule is gonna be right side up again. I always like I like this naps, man. I just take on inopportune naps that turn my schedule right upside down again. So yeah. So what would happen is that I don't really get to bed until like 4 a.m. in the morning, really, and even at 4 a.m. I'm not sleepy at all. I'm just at 4 a.m. I'm just forcing myself to sleep because I have this hope that I can try and wake up early by 9 o'clock and make my schedule right side up again. But it doesn't work. It hasn't worked so far. It hasn't worked so far. So I just have to like accept that I'm a night owl and just deal with it. The problem is I don't like being a night owl because I feel like your day gets frittered away. I like to have some sunlight to actually go outside and enjoy it. But when it's nighttime, you don't feel like you feel like you've wasted the whole day, even though you have like all 12 hours of the night and the early hours to do things. But anyway, clean up the shallots. So that was 2 shallots. Yellow peppers. Another story about these yellow peppers. I've had these for like a month now. And I tell you, man, red peppers, green, the bell peppers, they last forever. So given my stomach issues and ailments, we are gonna do an experiment where we don't grind this up fine. We're just gonna just cut them up, and then we'll see how my stomach, behaves. Okay. Green peppers cut, red bell peppers cut up. I have some mushrooms. Yep. Maitake mushrooms, hen of the woods. Another fun fact about this mushroom. So you see, I've had this for like a month also. So I think one lesson to get from these mushrooms is that if the mushrooms are bagged like this, they last quite a bit. So now I'm going to open this. It's about 100 grams. Wow, you see, a month and it's still very good. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to use all of those mushrooms. Who knows? Let's say we're just going to have half of those. Wow. Yeah. Doesn't have that much foliage in it. But anyway. Mushrooms! I really do go crazy about mushrooms. I remember I haven't had a chance to go to Berkeley Bowl yet, especially with the quarantine crap. But every time I go to quarantine, every time I go to Berkeley Bowl, I just stay by the mushroom section and just almost buy it out. And the mushrooms are quite expensive because they have really fancy stuff, and they're like $20 to $25 a pound. But I don't care. I love mushrooms. I haven't had the chance to go to a Berkeley Bowl since this whole shutdown has happened. And I don't live in Berkeley too. I don't live in the East Bay, so that has not happened. Um, so if I want to get here in San Francisco, it's hard to find the selection. It's yeah. I don't think I've not found a store that has a selection of mushrooms that Berkeley Bowl has. Like even the fancy stores like Whole Foods. Whole Foods doesn't even have the fancy shit. If I want it, if I actually want more interesting mushrooms, I have to go to the Asian groceries, like the Japanese ones. Then you can find like the oyster mushrooms. You can find oysters and shiitakes for cheaper. Um, Place like Safeway's, yeah, Safeway's shit. They sell you button mushrooms, and then they try to keep overselling you portobello mushrooms, which are just huge button mushrooms. But anyway, yeah, because the lesson is at some point I need to go to Berkeley Bowl. Um, wow. Here's what I'm talking about. The handles. Remember the last time I was talking about like chip pots? These handles are quite cool to touch, even though this thing has been on the stove for a while. Anyway, there we go. And I still have my ghetto ass, old ass cauliflower. Um, just a little bit of that. I guess we are really doing a vegetable omelet. That's enough. Okay. I'm done with vegetables. Oh, that's done. All right. Alrighty. I'm scatterbrained. Probably because I'm hungry. But let's eat the bacon. those are like, that was 2 packs of bacon. And let's just measure here. That's about like 2 tablespoons of oil. But anyway, for now we are just, I'm just gonna, I have cut up this stuff here. I'm just gonna add the onions, shallots. I should be more precise. Shallots. Yep, shallots. And to those shallots, I'm going to add garlic, I'm gonna try this bacon. Not sure what I think about the pecan wood as opposed to the cherry wood from before, but here we go. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, here's another note about garlic presses. Make sure it's all metal. Actually, yeah, that all the bearings are metal, because it requires it to, like, you know, it has to withstand a lot of pressure, and those plastic presses, they ain't worth shit, so they break on you and stuff. So make sure that all your garlic press is all metal. Alright. So I'm on a mission to find the herbs de Provence that I used to have. I'm losing track of what I have in my kitchen because it's full of crap. The herbs de Provence is, I don't like the spice, but I bought it, so I have to use it. I find it a little too grassy. Maybe the gods have intervened and lost the spice for me, but no, now I have to find it. Yep. I really can't find it. That's disappointing, even though I don't like the spice. Um, but anyway, I was hoping for. I have some time here. And I have mystery of something. I think it was chicken spice. Some time. I like very strong tasting things, so if you're looking at the way I put out spices and you're like, oh, that's too much, well, that's just me liking very strong flavored foods. So that's why the herbs de Provence would have been perfect, because it was really strongly tasting of the lavender and things like that. Of lavender mostly, yeah, lavender. That's why I didn't like it, because I don't like them. It turns out I don't like the smell of. I don't like eating lavender. It reminds me. Oh, there it is. Ha ha ha. No, I didn't find it. I still don't have it. I don't like lavender. Feels like you're eating soap, right? We use lavender in cosmetics. We don't use lavender for cooking. But the French people have different ideas for lavender. So, anyway, I don't have it. So, you can use some of my shitty curry powder, but no, I'm not going to punish myself that much. Oh, but here is this salt that I got from Berkeley Bowl. It's like a flour salt. You can't really taste the flowers, even though there's quite a bit of flowers in them. So I guess it's a pretty salt to me, more than anything. Anyway, let's, I think this is fine. We'll add this to it. Wow, okay. This is probably too much, but we're fine. The priority is for the mushrooms to cook. I feel like I don't like raw mushrooms at all. If it's undercooked, I really do not like it, so the mushrooms would have to cook quite a bit. White pepper. I'm gonna add some white pepper. Another thing I've discovered, I don't like white pepper that much. White pepper and black pepper, not the same thing, not interchangeable. I guess the thing with white pepper is like you can only use very little of it. You shouldn't use too much. Black pepper though, I do love. Let's see here. Cauliflower. Now the cauliflower, I want it to cook. quite a bit. And I had some sun-dried tomatoes. That I'm going to add in there. Sun-dried tomatoes. Anyway, let's check on my messages. But okay. I think we need to turn the heat up on this. Turn the heat up and add some fish sauce. Because fish sauce makes the world go around. There's a tablespoon of fish sauce. What's gonna do? Add some fish sauce, and this was half of the butter from earlier, so I'm going to cut this in half. Cut it in half and add that there. So the priority now is just to have this cook. So I suppose this is really a frittata, the beginnings of a frittata, except I don't want to have to like break 4 eggs. Ah, that's so good. I'm eating this, so I don't care. Okay. Not that tasty. So we're gonna add my absolutely useless flour salt. There's a mess I'm making all over here. Ooh. You know what? I do have black salt. Try this. It tastes like ass, to put it kindly. But it tastes so good. Don't put too much of it though. It's probably the wrong thing to eat with eggs, but it's really good. So this black salt is actually like this is the Indian black salt from that they use to make chaat masala and stuff. The salt has a very sulfurous taste. so you can actually taste the sulfur. It smells like rotten eggs a little bit. It has a very peculiar taste that I like. So let's see. Did I mess up the taste? There's a lot of I just want the cauliflowers to cook. I just want the cauliflowers to cook quite a bit. But I don't want my eggs to have crunchy bits in them. Oh. Sardines. Question. Do I want to add the sardines to this? Or eat them separately? I think I prefer to eat my sardines separately. Because it has a very strong taste that I'm not sure I want to like mess it up with the eggs. But so I eat sardines every other day. So today is the sardines day, so that's why I have that there. Ooh. Let me turn this down. Turn to brown quite a bit. Turn this way down. Let's see. Suppose I should have put the bacon in there for more flavor. But I'm impatient, so I just put the bacon. It's fine. I'm going to break the eggs. Crack the eggs so that eggs. There's 3 there. I think I'm gonna need 1 more. So it'll be 4 eggs. Total. Bacon is all gone. The last of the bacon. So I finally found eggs with really orange yolks. I got this from like the Japanese grocery in Nigeria. So it's scary how orange the eggs look. I'll show you for see how orange that is? Now you compare this to this free range large eggs from a fruit store. Look at that. So the orange one is from the Japanese store, and then the yellow one is just from this one, and the yellow one is supposedly free range organic. So that the orange one scares me a little bit because I kind of wonder how they do it to make it that orange. Like if you watch Japanese shows, you will notice that their eggs are that color orange. and you sort of wonder. And this is supposedly, they don't say it's free range, but they say it's cage free omega 3 eggs, vegetarian feed. Another scam. But eggs are like, yeah, so because one thing you can do to make that or eggs that orange is like is feed them something so that the eggs come out orange. And one thing I've learned is that they say that you can feed them marigold petals to make it orange, which is fine if they feed them marigold petals, because you know what, the marigold petals they use, like this if you're taking like a lutein supplement, they come from marigold petals. So I guess if you feed them to chickens, it goes, and then the chickens put it in their eggs, and then you eat the eggs, and then you get the lutein from the marigold. But either way, it's interesting to think about the color of the yolks. But the one thing though I do not like is that a lot of these like fancy eggs that you get, they always make it a point to say that the chickens are vegetarian fed, which is a scam because chickens are not vegetarians. If you own chickens, you would know the first thing you know about chickens is that they are not vegetarians. And so like forcing them to be vegetarians, it means that you're missing quite a bit of the nutrition that the chicken should have. They eat worms and grubs and things like that, so something to keep in mind. All right. I need to spice up this spice. This is cayenne pepper. I have to be careful with this though. It's quite spicy. I think I'd rather have the cayenne pepper be in there. Okay. Good, how much it reduced. Anyway, so we are going to put this there. I'm going to add more salt to the eggs because that's not salty enough. Where is my salt? Man. Ooh, where is the salt? Oh, there it is. Salt. So I'm having probably like half a teaspoon. Oh. Let's be conservative and go with a quarter teaspoon. Quarter teaspoon of salt. More stupid spices. Just trying to finish up all the stuff I have. Okay. That's it. And then we pour this all over. For some reason, I'm afraid to pour the eggs in. But anyway, this should be fine. Fine. There we go. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit. And let's talk about what I have in my fridge. All the so I have some cheese here, camembert. I'm going to that's why I turned the oven on, because I wanted to like maybe do like kind of broil the top so the cheese melts. Look at this. Yeah, this is the longest eggs I've ever made. It's really not fancy, but it's taken like almost an hour just to make the fucking eggs. You know why? Because I'm hungry. So I'm hungry, so I'm a little bit disoriented. So things are taking longer than they should be. Ooh, look at what I forgot to use. Fritata. This is really good, especially with eggs. Yeah, fritata powder. It's used in Indian cooking. When you first heat the oil, you add it first. So it adds a really nice like savory flavor. This is almost done though. In terms of sardines, I really like the Moroccan sardines are really nice because they tend to add like spices to it. Show you. So this one has olive oil. Always buy the one that is preserved in olive oil, and then chili pepper, carrots. There's a gherkin. There's a bay leaf, cloves, and peppercorn. So the sardine has a nice spice to it. I have to be careful with my oven though. My cheese. Suppose we can Move it around a little bit. So I'm gonna move this to the broiler so that the top can solidify a little bit. Turn this up and move this to the broiler. Okay, I'm gonna open my sardines. I drain the oil. I don't use the oil at all. I don't think the oil is. I suppose I could use it. I used to use it before, so like to make the eggs and stuff to cook things in. But now I'm having I have second thoughts about the oil, so I just drain the oil off in the sink. Okay, so my eggs are in the broiler. Let's see how this goes. Ooh, look at that. We'll have this heat up some more. Drink. I'm very tempted to have a beer. Beer and eggs. Is that an interesting combination? But I shouldn't. Very tempted to have that beer. It's already 5 o'clock, so alright. I think this is done. Ugh. I burnt it. It's nice and puffed up though. It's nice and puffed up. Interesting. Interesting that it's puffed up. Oh well. It's what it is. But anyway. Wow, but I really do like that cheese that the cheese like melted. See that? I really do like that the cheese melted. Though it's probably overcooked, but oh well. Here is the eggs. So it's in essence a frittata, but a really ugly looking frittata. And then the sardines. You don't have to eat sardines. Some people don't like them. A lot of people don't like them because it's very strong tasting, but I love them. Like I said, I love strong tasting food, especially with these sardines that are spiced. It has the cloves and it has the pepper and the bay leaf. Very good. I eat sardines for the omega-3s mainly, so that's why I eat sardines. You see, the sardines came with like some spices. It had a pepper, it had a bay leaf, it had a cucumber, even had a carrot. Yeah, there's and there's some peppercorns in there, and there's a clove somewhere in there that I have to not bite on that clove. But anyway, that's it. Frittata with camembert and sardines.